Welcome back. Oyewuchi Nwachukwu and, of course, Toby Adepoju join me now. It's been a while since Toby has been with us. I don't want to say away without leave, but it's nice to have you with us, Toby.
Yeah, it is my pleasure to be here. Yeah, I mean, looking forward to the resumption of the MPFL. The clubs and the LMC met today. They did a review of the first stanza, and they came up with a resolution on how we can make the second stanza better. So we're looking forward to that.
All right, and the news editor of Sporting Live. It's always a delight to have him with us. Oyewuchi Nwachukwu also with us. Let me welcome you to the show.
My pleasure.
All right. Before we talk football and all the other things that happened over the weekend, let me allow you to talk about Delta State and that bold move. Delta has been known for sports, getting behind big events, and this one, you had the governor and the local organizing committee chairman, Solomon Ogba, talking about what they hope to achieve with this. Some would say it's giant strides.
Yeah, I think it's quite heartwarming, Yemi. Like you said, Delta has always supported sports by hosting events, and this one is a huge one. The African Senior Athletics Competition. What it means is that the best athletes on the continent will converge in Delta State, and they have done well for themselves by building structures. They have facilities, stadia scattered all over the state, and I mean, when you look at it economically, it will boost, the economic activities within that environs. The tourism potentials. People can see the sights and sounds of Delta states, foreigners, and I think it's a win-win situation for them. And more importantly, it's an opportunity for some of our athletes to also rub shoulders with the best.
A lot of notable names in that committee, easily recognizable people that have had one or two things to do with organizing big events. Also, in that one, just shows you how big the event is going to be. All right, let's leave athletics now and go to football. And over the weekend, it was, well, I don't want to say it wasn't too good for Nigeria, but the only team remaining on the continent, I was talking about Rivers United, didn't start well. They lost to Club Africain 3-1. Let me just hear your immediate reaction to that. What were you expecting? Some people have said, okay, maybe I should just quickly run through the results. Since we have it, then I'll allow my guys in the studio talk about Rivers United and some of the other clubs. Club Africain, of course, you already know, defeated Rivers United 3-1. You have Platinum Stars played a 1-all draw with MC Algiers. CRD Libolo played, defeated Sudanese club Hilal El Obeid. And of course, TP Mazembe defeated CF Moana by 2 goals. You have FUS Rabat, the other team in the group that has our own Rivers United, defeated Kampala City. Then you have CS Sfaxien defeated Mbane Swallows 1-0. Then of course, Sesco defeated Smoha 1-0. Then Supersport, surprise, played a 2-all draw with Oroya. So that game was played on Friday. Okay, so these are the highlights of the game. I think this was build up to the goal that Rivers United, it was a build-up to the goal that Rivers United scored. A well-taken goal, if you ask me, and that was it. Pulled one back. At this point, a lot of us thought, okay, well, they're back in it. They considered that third goal and everything. Well, let's just see how it stands. Before I allow my guys talk. Some will say early in the day, but let's see how it stands in that group. You have FUS Rabat. It's still one game, 3 points, 3 goals, followed by Club Africain. They have their own goals difference is +2. They also have 3 points, and the 2 losers are Kampala City and Rivers United. Oyewuchi, you are tempted to say it's just one game, and they still have 5 matches to play.
Yeah, every team in that group won their home game.
Yeah.
Very, very, very instructive. But you know, when you are playing at this level, every point is important.
Yeah.
I mean, for Rivers United, I know that they went there thinking that they could get a point, you know, but they lost the game. So the reaction matters. How they react to this defeat when they play their next home game in Port Harcourt. You know, what it means is that they need an outright victory to still remain in contention. If you are able to get maximum points at home, then, you know, try and get 1 point or even 3 points, if it's possible, outside. Then you are almost through to the semi-final. So for Rivers United, their job is cut out for them. They must not lose their next game in Port Harcourt.
Okay, Toby, do you think Rivers United were intimidated in any way? Rades, which has told me many stories about that stadium. It's an intimidating atmosphere. But do you think the guys held their own and, I mean, this was the best result they could get?
No, it wasn't. I saw the game for 90 minutes. I think Rivers United had themselves to blame. I mean, in a game where you created a lot of chances, they have every opportunity to get a win or a point. Well. They were porous at the back. You look at the home goal, Joseph scored into his own net. Lack of communication between him and the goalkeeper, you know, Rotimi. And at some point, you know, got a chance at the penalty kick, you know, his guys, over the bar. And I mean, a lot of chances in there. Even some technical errors also from the coach, you know, Stanley Nguma, in my own opinion, at some point where he was supposed to introduce, you know, Guy for Shaki instead of Nzube. I mean, they got opportunities. You don't travel every time and you complain about being intimidated. This was like an empty stadium here because, you know, it wasn't a very, you know, packed, you know, atmosphere compared to what they saw, I mean, in Sudan. And, I mean, these players have been on the continent. Most of them have been on the continent. They're experienced players, I mean, in the MPFL and also on the African football. So you don't travel and lose in such a manner. You don't put up a very porous performance when you are very terrible at the back, and in the attack also you look very, very clueless. I mean, it doesn't put you in a very good light. And like Onye said, 9 points from the 3 home games in the group stage might not be enough to take you to the next round.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question before we leave this issue and move on. Will a win in the next game on May the 24th limit the damage? Or they are already chasing it?
No, that's the first step. That's the first step. You remember in 2003, Enyimba lost 6-1 to Ismaili away, but they still got to the final of and still won the championship. So the reaction matters. How the coach will react. I mean, he has seen this team play, and I'm sure, you know, by the benefits of hindsight, that they would have watched their opponents. I mean, to be foolhardy that you are playing Club Africain and you are not keeping a close tab.
And even every game is live on TV.
Live
so
on TV.
You don't have excuse, nothing.
So you don't have any you don't have any, not to study your opponent. So the next game, very important. They must get the 3 points and look at ways of getting points away. On the continent, you must get points away because all other teams are planning to get continent, and they are likely to get because they are well organized. They have sorted out their traveling arrangements. They don't have issues. The players are, you know, quite focused. So we must get our acts right, especially at home, then get some points away.
All right, so are you also thinking of the magical 10 points? Because that's what everybody's saying, 10 points, 10 points.
Yeah, you know, 10 points automatically take you to the next round. But I mean, the 9 points at home might not be enough for you, which means,
don't have to get something away.
Which means most of this thing will also come, you know, because they're searching for a waypoint, they might also come to Port Harcourt and pick a point. But what it means for them, if they get a win against, you know, Rabat in the next game, means they've slowed down Rabat a bit because they will be on 3 points. 3 points. You know, same with Rabat. So I mean, they still need to do a bit of, you know, a big performance away from home. Yes, you know, give it to Rivers United on the continent with their, you know, massive home form, but it won't be enough. They got every chance against Club Africain to get a point, and it could have been a very bright start for them. But I mean, they have to put that aside. They're professionals, you know, come down, strategize.
Forget about it and move on.
May 24th is another game. You get a win, and then you try to strategize on how you can get, you know, more points, you know, in the future games.
All right, that's the beat on the CAF Confederation Cup. Rivers United, well, weren't able to do what a lot of us expected, at least pick a point in Tunisia.